Hi everybody, my name is Mr. Scott and I'm the principal at Acadia Junior High. I'm here with you to explain the 2019-20 registration process for those of you that are returning to Acadia next year. If you were here for the current year, you will be familiar with this process. It has not changed. There's two pages that will go home to your children 2 weeks before the registrations are due. You'll just see here on the top right the due dates, and those forms have to be returned to the child's homeroom teacher. You will see here the checklist for all the things you need to make sure you go through. And at the bottom, once you've decided how you will pay via credit card or cash check, you have to make sure you sign this form. The second piece of paper that your child will be coming home with is the annual student information update. It just contains all of the demographic information that we have in our system on your address, phone numbers, emails. If there's any changes that you need to make, please scratch out the information and put in the correct information where appropriate. Also, please consider adding a emergency contact just in case something happens where we can't get a hold of any of the guardians or parents. Please make sure as a parent you sign. Only grade 9s have to sign the student signature portion of this. And those two pieces of paper will be coming back to us with payment if you decide to do cash or check. After you've gone through the student information verification, the instructions have you go to our website. And on our website, if you go to the About Us portion, there's the How to Register. By clicking on that, it gives information for returning students, which is case 1, or new students, which have to come to our office. I'm going to take you through the returning students section right now. And as you'll see here, there's just more information on our registration dates, due dates, and the video, which I'm showing you right now. And once we start our registration period, these links will be live. I'm going to take you through the grade 8 link right now just to show you how this works. When you click on that link, you will go to a site run by Permission Click. Permission Click is a company that's authorized and partnered with the Pembina Trail School Division to help us gather up registration forms. You'll see that depending on your language or preference, you can make that change if you'd like for ease. And note that each of the forms that are present on this site are very easily selectable and reviewed. The expectation is that parents are going to be reviewing all of these forms with their children. So when you're going and doing this registration process, make sure you're actually going through these processes with your child, as that's an obligation for the registration. Next up is your parents' is your email address. Make sure you add that email address, and you'll see that I've been testing this out. So we've got some information that's already in the system. Just make sure you have your first and last name and your child's first and last name correctly inputted. Once you've done that, you can hit the next button, and you will see that there is lots of information here to make sure that you reviewed with your child. You need to select, it's compulsory to select either yes or no to all of these. Then you will be selecting a homeroom. So whatever, for example, with this grade 8 registration here, whatever homeroom your child is currently in grade 7, you make sure you select this. And then depending on the grade, determines the types of options that you have available. So you get to pick one of those as well. For grade 9, there's more options as well that you'll be able to go through and pick from. Next up is quantity. You want to make sure you place a 1 in the quantity section. You'll be doing this separately for each child. So if you have more than one child at the school, you'd be starting this process over again for that second child. Once you're done there, you click next. And this step 3 here allows you to review everything that you've answered. You can also hit the edit button if you want to make any changes. At the bottom, you need to decide if you're going to pay by credit card or by cash check. Credit card system information goes into the system, you're charged, and a receipt is emailed to your email address. If you pay by cash or check, you simply attach that money to the paper forms that I just went through, and you'd be returning that through your child to the homeroom teacher. We always recommend credit card because it's just easier and less paper for the children to lose. Last year we had about 60% of our parents doing this option, and they found it quite easy. For this example, I'm just going to click the pay by cash check just so you can see this ring through. Once you're done, you select the I agree and submit, and you will get this message. So for example, for this one, you've got a check or payment that you need to remit to Acadia Junior High to the homeroom teacher. So once you're all done that, All you need to do is make sure you give that money, if money has to be had, along with these two forms, this one and the annual student information update. Attach that and send that back to the homeroom teacher, and you're good to go. That concludes our video. Hope this helped. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to contact us in the office. All the best.